Special guest on the phone, currently the chef de cuisine at David Burke Prime and Caputo Trattoria and Foxwood Resort Casino. And going to be on an episode of Chopped tomorrow. Chef Xavier Santiago. Hey, Xavier.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing? Good morning.
We're doing well.
It's good to have you on. I got a question for you because I got to be honest with you, I don't watch cooking shows, so I don't really know. Is Chopped one of those shows where they give you like an onion, a potato, a piece of pasta, and tell you to make beef stroganoff?
Somewhat like that. That sounds kind of easy, actually.
Yeah.
No, tell us about kind of like the structure of the show. How does it work?
It's like a super real show. A lot of TV shows are like, I don't want to say fake, but they somewhat give you an idea of what's happening. This show is like, you see the basket, you open the basket, the clock goes off, and you start cooking.
Oh, it is one of those. They give you like surprise ingredients, and you got to MacGyver.
Yeah.
It was stressful, was it not?
Extremely. So you got 20 minutes for the first round, and if you've seen the show, I think it's like 25 the second round and like 25 the third round. And in this amount of time, you have to compose a dish with ingredients that you probably never tasted or seen before.
Wow.
And it's just a high intense competition. You have very talented chefs, the panel of celebrity chefs, and it's just like one of the longest days and one of the hardest things I've done.
Xavier Santiago joining the show. Xavier, not everybody has the same road to becoming a chef or a master chef. What is your background?
I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Lucky enough, I grew up with my grandmother. She was a very good cook, and I lived like on a farm. So growing up, I thought it was like a misfortune. And as I got older and a chef, I think is something that taught me a lot about food and developing a palate and developing the chef that I am today. And then I just worked with great chefs. I worked for Billy Grant, which was one of the best chefs in Connecticut, hands down. And I just surround myself with like good energy and good chefs. A lot of younger chefs now that are coming up, and just staying focused. I do a lot of reading. I study constantly. So this is that career that requires you to study constantly and learn every day because it changes so much. So you have to stay motivated.
And that's kind of what I was getting. So you weren't classically trained. Like my cousin is a great chef and owns a restaurant over in Mahopac Falls, and he didn't go to like culinary or anything. He just grew up in food culture, constantly cooking, constantly learning. That was kind of your experience?
Yeah, like I tried going to culinary school. I went there for 2 months. It's kind of funny. I went in a knife skill class, and I ended up teaching the demo for knife skills. And I'm like, okay, I'm paying $25,000 for what?
Right. Well, it's understandable.
So I kind of went back to like getting myself in the zone of working with really good chefs and trying to train as much as I could. Like if I wanted to learn how to make Japanese food, I'm gonna do my best to get into the Japanese kitchen, and that's what I did.
So learn by doing.
Entrenched.
Yeah.
You got entrenched in it, yeah.
So now you taped this Chopped episode that runs tomorrow at when you were executive chef at Manchester's Trattoria Toscana, right?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you another question. I think this will be fun, right? Xavier Santiago joining the show. This is going to be fun because sometimes I watch like television on guys that are in radio or supposed to be successful in radio, and I'm like, this guy, and I poke holes in why he's terrible or she is terrible. And I'm like, this clown should not be on television, should not be at this level.
You're not talking about Xavier.
No. I'm talking about our experiences. He knows where I'm going.
All right.
And I'll be like, this guy is not even talented and has fooled everybody. I want to know who Xavier thinks, one of these celebrity chefs, that he's like, no, that guy's a clown. Does not deserve it.
You think he's going to divulge that information?
I want to see. Okay. Let's see.
I mean, a lot of chefs are celebrity chefs now. They were actual chef at some point. I think the only chef that I think, and it's not that he's fake, but the show is not as real as it should be, I believe, is, I'm going to go ahead and say Gordon Ramsay.
I knew he was going to say that.
Did you?
Yeah, because, I mean, but he's a great chef, don't get me wrong. He knows how to cook. He got skills. Like, the guy is a master at what he does. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, and some of the things that he's done then everybody thinks that all chefs are like screaming chefs and angry, and it's all this high intensity, and kitchens are run like it's something insane, and it's viewed that way. But actually, kitchens, there's a lot of culture, and it's like a family. Like sometimes you see these people more than you see your own family or your own friends. And we run it like a family. It's not like yelling, screaming, and disrespect. We try to keep that to a minimum.
So you don't have to be a douche to be a good chef,
right? That's what I say.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you have to sometimes you have to get a little tough.
Sure.
It is what it is. You're feeding a lot of people. It's high intensity, and it's almost like putting a show every single night. It's like putting a Broadway show every single night. The only difference is we have to be perfect every single night because we get judged by 100, 200, 300 people every night.
So this episode tomorrow is called So Sumac Me. All right?
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Well, they just give a title to each episode of any television show based on the content.
Okay. So
I give you sumac is going to be an ingredient. It's going to be in one of the rounds. I can't tell you which round is it, but it's going to be sumac. It's a spice. It's going to be in one of the rounds, and it's a very complicated spice.
Now, you said you're with people, like, I want to go back to this, you're with people that you work with in the chef culture and the kitchen culture, like, more than your family a lot of times. When you were a young man coming up, like, you just see a lot of, how do relationships within the kitchen affect the whole, that's got to be bad, right? It can't be good.
Well, you miss, I had a chef tell me one day, like, when everybody parties, you're going to be working. When everybody's celebrating Christmas, you're going to be working.
Exactly.
And there's a commitment you're going to do. And I decided to win with it. I miss a lot of birthdays. I miss a lot of time with my kids. I miss a lot of time with my family. But it's something that it's part of the career. I think all careers have sacrifices, and you have to make, you have to do what you have to do. But now, like, I got a good support system. My family supports me. I have a really good amount of friends that support me, and they've seen what I've done throughout the years. So it's not like I've sacrificed all this for nothing. I did a lot of sacrifices, and now little by little, everything's paying off the way it should be.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
But I think at some point, you have to put yourself out there, make a sacrifice, take a chance, and hopefully, if the right energy comes towards you, you're going to be able to evolve and make something out of it.
What time can we see that your Chopped episode tomorrow on the Food Network?
So tomorrow starts at 9 o'clock.
Okay, 9 o'clock. Check them out.
We are rooting for you, man.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's going to be good fun. It's going to be intense for sure.
Well, I tell you, thanks for coming out with us, Xavier. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
Enjoy
take
your
care.
day, man.
Have a good day.
There you go.
Connecticut chef Xavier Santiago joining us on the show.
That was a cool guy. I had a feeling about him. Yeah. I knew that was going to be good.
Did you really think he was going to say Gordon
I knew
Ramsay?
he was going to say that because I've heard it from other chefs.
Okay.
They're always like, that's the guy?
Did you like
That's
my
the
comeback?
most popular guy on TV?
Did you like my comeback?